allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you and welcome to tonight's planning board. Please be aware of the fire exits. They are to the left of the room, and in the event of an emergency, please move in a calm and orderly fashion down the stairs. Please do not use the elevator. These meetings are recorded by the secretary for the purposes of a record and minutes. So please identify yourself each time you come to the podium and speak into the microphone. The board will follow the items in the order in which they appear on the agenda, and extra copies are near the door if you don't have one. After the case has been called, the applicant and or her representative shall come to the podium, identify themselves, give their address, and present their case. The planning board members will then have an opportunity to question the applicant. In the case that this is a public hearing, following that, the public will be able to have input, at which time anyone wishing to speak to the board regarding this application will come to the podium, identify themselves along with their address, and direct questions to the board. Once all public input has been completed, the applicant or site representative will be given an opportunity to respond to any public input. Once all public input has been completed and all questions have been satisfactorily answered, the case will be closed to public input and the board will move to a decision. At that point, there will be no further public discussion. And I think we're ready to begin. Michelle, would you like to read the first case?
Thank you. I would. First case on the agenda is case number PB 1708-1. Upon the matter of request by Irondequoit United Church of Christ for signage approval to install 2 new signs on premises 644 Titus Avenue in a mixed-use commercial district.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Doug Campbell. I'm representing Irondequoit United Church of Christ at 644 Titus Avenue regarding the sign that we're applying to get a approval. I'm not sure exactly what you're looking for from me at this point.
Doug, what I think would be best is if you were able to show us the current sign
Okay.
that you guys have, and I know that, or I hope that you saw the letter that we received today.
Yep, saw that.
Okay, and my understanding is that you have worked with that organization and that subsequent to the workshop, you guys have reached some other
Right.
design
Okay.
elements to the sign. And if you would just present those to us, I think that would be helpful.
Okay.
And then we can ask questions.
So does everybody have what we had at the workshop?
Yes.
Okay. So, from what was at the workshop, if you have this document here, on the left side is our existing sign. It is an internally lit sign, which I know is not what is allowed any longer in the mixed-use commercial area. So we are looking to install a sign which is on the right-hand side. The new sign will not be internally lit. It will be externally lit. There will be a floodlight on either side. I think we came up with a 50-watt LED. I forget what the actual equivalent is in a regular light bulb, but it was at the workshop. I referenced the Heart Hearing Center on Titus Avenue. They have a sign that's externally lit, and I contacted their electrician, and he explained to me the light that they use. So we're planning to use a similar light fixture on our light. At our last meeting, we were not clear as to the color of the sign. What we would like to do is we would like to keep it very similar to the color that you have here, like a dark red color. With the only difference being with the new sign is underneath the sign, you'll see a white section, which is kind of like the support of the sign. We actually wanted to make that the same color red as the top section. We did at the, I think it was the HIP folks that might have mentioned there might be some concern with the glare on the sign, with the externally lit. Contacted the sign company. We were going to go with a non-glare, some kind of a polycarbonate plexiglass cover. It's a locking cover to protect people from vandalizing the sign. I believe in the HIP letter there was a discussion about some plantings around the sign to help obscure the light from going out into the road. We're happy to add that to our project. Is there any more questions about this sign? Because we actually have two signs. If there are any more questions about
You
this?
go ahead and explain the other sign to us, and then I
Okay.
think it's
Right.
simple enough for all
Yeah.
of us to
Okay.
get the concept together.
So the other sign, which is on the east side of the building, looks like this. And it is going to go over there's actually two entrances on the east side. It would be the old northeast entrance. There is a triangular structure over the top of the entry, and this sign, Arundecoit United Church of Christ, would be on that flat surface of the sign. We were looking to have this on the east side of the building because there isn't any identification of what the structure is from that side of the building. So we thought it might help people driving down Cooper or going at the bank or in that area to know that that's our church. As far as lighting for this, at the last meeting, I explained that above each line is going to be a metal channel with an LED strip light in there that would just be shining down on the light, on the sign, just enough to illuminate the letters. There was a thought from the HIP folks about with the externally lit sign and glare on this. We're working with the sign folks to come up with some kind of a matte finish on the letters and the sign to eliminate any glare. Is there anything else that I'm missing?
If there is, I'm sure that the
Okay.
board will be able to redirect you
Okay.
toward them. Brad, why don't we start down here?
All right.
Michael?
No questions.
The only question I have, is there a timer that's going to be on the lights? Are they going to be on 24 hours, or what is the,
Right now, there's a timer on our existing sign that goes on at dusk, and then it stays on for, I think it might be programmed to stay on for 6 hours from dusk, then shut off. So it's not even on all night.
and that's a plan?
That's we'll keep that same. Yeah.
Right. Mr. Campbell, I appreciate you coming before us.
Welcome.
Thank you. At this point, I would like to open it up for any public input. Anyone that would like to speak in favor of the application, please step forward, state your name, your address, and any affiliation you might have.
My name is Ann Burns, and I live at 199 Bellhurst Drive, and I'm here representing the Helping Arundecoit Plan for Progress group, the community group that stewards the thoughtful renaissance that's occurring in the Titus Cooper Hudson neighborhood. And we had a great get-together with Brenda Campbell a couple weeks ago, right after the workshop gathering. And we understand what's going on and fully support the plan. We're so appreciative that it's externally lit. It'll be a little bit smaller in width from what's there now, and it'll just clean it up. It'll look really nice. So we really are appreciative for all the hard work that's gone into it and the thought that's gone into it. Both the front sign and that side sign is just going to be beautiful. I guess just for clarification, how the side sign was going to be lit, because I know we asked, there were some questions at the workshop about the lighting of the ones that are going to face east. Other than that, the other clarification is that the top of the sign is going to be the one with the cross and not the scroll work, because that was a clarification point as well. Otherwise, it's going to look really nice. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Would anyone else like to speak in favor of this applicant? Anyone opposed? Great. I'm going to, does anybody else have any questions on the board? Any more than you had before? Okay. I'm going to declare the public hearing on this portion closed. And we can start discussion if we need to. Anybody have? If you want to move to a motion, we can go ahead and do that. I can tell you that this is a type 2 seeker, so it will not require any action from this board. And if we want to go ahead and do a motion, I can either do the motion or we can have one of you guys do it.
In regards to case PB 1708-1, upon the matter of request by Irondequoit United Church of Christ for signage approval to install 2 new signs on premises 644 Titus Avenue in a mixed-use commercial district, I suggest we approve it.
Great. Do we have a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion is carried, and congratulations and thank you very much for your thoughtful efforts that have gone into this and working with the neighborhood. We appreciate it and look forward to seeing the sign. Our next piece of business, a tabled item is still sitting here, which will sit for tonight. We're waiting for seeker application to be thoroughly reviewed and acted upon by the town board, and that would be the 4530 St. Paul Boulevard, also known as 41 Colebrook Drive, and we'll wait until the town board gives us some direction on that before we take our lead. We do have some minutes that have been thoughtfully prepared, so I'm sure that we will spend a few minutes here thoughtfully approving them. On the June minutes, were there any changes that we had?
Yeah, I had one correction on the 5th page, last page, about halfway down lead agency consent, it says Palumbo. I believe it should be Palermo.
Great.
And I also found another one on the second to last page, Hollenbeck. I incorrectly spelled Mary's name wrong.
Thank you. Anything else on here? I would take a motion to approve the minutes with the amendments that were just stated and recorded.
That sounded like a motion.
Great. Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And now we'll move on to the July 31st minutes. Does anybody have any questions about these or any corrections that they saw?
Motion to approve the July minutes.
Great. Michael, you seconded it?
Sure,
Okay.
I cleared my throat, but that's helpful, isn't it?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Those have been approved. I don't believe we have any other business before us this evening unless you gentlemen have anything. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Thank you very much.